Quaker Oats discontinues their Aunt Jemima brand after racist origin goes viral. And also, the company behind Mrs. Butterworth is also following suit, Uncle Ben. And it has a lot of people upset, which, me personally, I'm happy that it's being done. I question why now. Because we all know that a lot of these characters, well, more or less the Aunt Jemima and the Mrs. Butterworth, are based off the Mammy character, which comes from the minstrel shows and blackface, and representing African Americans in a very disrespectful way, all for cheap laughs. And for Uncle Ben, a lot of African Americans during slavery times and segregation, well, more or less segregation, but they were never referred to as Mr. or Miss or Mrs., but more or less as uncle and aunt, kind of used in a very negative way, like, okay, I'll address you this way, but not by the time that I would refer to someone else that I assume to be of equal stature. So, yeah, and the reason that I say why now is if you go back in time, I believe it's Warner Brothers is over Looney Tunes. They've had their different representation of African Americans the same exact way, showing them mammies as cannibals in blackface. All of this that came down a long while ago. Disney also has that same exact background. All of this happened around the same time, but why is it that these two companies took their stuff down, but these food brands kept theirs up? And some people don't understand how this is hurtful, but we're creatures of the five senses, and one of the biggest senses is our eyes and what you see and what you intake. And again, this is from a very hurtful place. And I actually had one of my colleagues that I used to work with had posted the article, and he and one of his friends were saying how horrible it is. And I'll just let him know that I agree with it. And from his standpoint is the woman behind Aunt Jemima, she made so much money and this and that and this and that, and it's just like you're still not understanding how this affects a group of people. And I said to him, I challenge you to show me another ethnic group that has a horrible stereotype plastered on food for them to buy. Show me that. And I've yet to see it. But we are the only group that has negative representation plastered on food products and whatnot for us to therefore buy. And again, it's not just African Americans that are buying it, but still it is very negative. And again, my question is, why now? And you have to ask yourself as consumers, why are so many companies now changing things up? Why are they now saying that they support African Americans? Why now? And don't be fooled to think that it's because they actually care about us. No, they care about bottom line. Companies don't change stuff unless their bottom line is affected or going to be affected. So more or less for these brands changing up their products, it's in hopes that they will continue to have African Americans as loyal customers. That's all this is. And lastly, piggybacking off of that, we have Master P. So he has decided to capitalize on all of this by coming out with his own pancakes and syrup. And I support Black Enterprise, but I won't be supporting this particular venture, mostly given the fact that on this past season of Growing Up Hip Hop, forget exactly which city it is, but his son Romeo is in the process of quitting the show, but they are talking with Eric, one of the castmates, and Master P had said, because they're talking about Angela Simmons, Master P mentioned when Angela lost her baby's father in a tragic accident that Romeo could have taken advantage of her, and then turned to Eric and said, man, you and I would take advantage of her.
Listen to this, E. her baby daddy got killed.
Sutton was my fiance. He's my child's father. And I got the news from his best friend, Charles, that he had been murdered.
I just wanted to let you know I'm here as a friend, whatever you need.
Anyone who tells me that they're here for me, if they're here for me, I need them to really be here for me.
I'm gonna be here for it. Whatever you guys need, one call away.
Rome could have took advantage of her while she was mourning. Me and you probably would have took advantage of it. Let's be real.
Let's be real. The world wants. Telling me why you not with Shorty when her old man just got murdered? Like, come on, man. Let's be real.
Wow, taking advantage of Angela in a vulnerable situation, that was a low blow. I'm one who understands what it is for a child losing their father. So that's something that we should just not even talk on.
Now, I didn't like that. That was horrible, deplorable, despicable. Like, the fact that this would even come to your mind to say, and for you to be such a businessman, you clearly did not care, because you said this while the cameras were rolling. This shows that you do not care about African American women. The fact that you would say so clearly, my son could have. So that's what your mind frame is, that, okay, when an African American woman is weak, when she's vulnerable, I can sit here and get a quick lay. He said his son didn't do it, but then you go right up after that and say you and I, talking to Eric, saying we would have. I'm sorry. It is hard for me to support someone like that. It really is. For those who do, I do not judge you. I'm just saying that I won't. But if you guys want an African American alternative, there you go. And to go ahead and wrap this up, Spotlight. I want to shine the light on Tracee Ellis Ross. She will be starring in a Daria spinoff. With the spinoff, it will be Jodie's character, and this will be her landing a job, her first job, right after college. And it also says that the series will put a spotlight, on Gen Z struggles and explore current social themes. Also, congrats to CEO Michael Siebel. He will replace Alexis Ohanian. Hopefully I said his name right. That's Serena Williams' husband. He is going to be Reddit's first black board member, so congrats to him. Big ups to Barbara Streisand, Babs. She has helped George Floyd's daughter become a Disney shareholder. So she's given, I don't think she gave all of her stocks of Disney, but she gave some to her. So she owns stock in Disney. She's a shareholder, which is a great thing. And a lot of things are happening for this young lady. I just want all of us to extend the hands of prayer and just make sure that we keep her in our prayers, because she's being lifted up, and I really hope that nothing tragic happens. I know I probably should be mentioning this because it's supposed to be the good part of the show where, hey, but just saying. Also, Kanye West has created a college savings fund to cover her tuition. In addition to that, Kanye West has donated $2 million in total contribution to support the families and legal defenses of Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor. Also, the Supreme Court has ruled that workers cannot fire employees for being either gay or transgender. So that is a great thing. Amanda Seales is going to be hosting the BET Award, the 2020 BET Awards this Sunday. Congrats to her for landing that gig after leaving The Real. Will you be watching this Sunday? Let me know. Pusha T and his wife Virginia Williams welcomed their first son together. His name is Nigel Brix. I believe it's Brix, Brixx Thornton. So congrats to them. Netflix CEO Reed Hastings and philanthropist Patty Quillen have stepped up to show that they support black minds and to show that black minds matter. And they're gifting $40 million each to the United Negro College Fund, Spelman College, and Morehouse College. So that is great. That is fantastic. Matthew ate cherries, landing our first look deal with Warner Brothers to create different programs for different I guess networks and whatnot. And he's the one that did the short that got the Oscar win. I forget what it is titled. I meant to write it down. I apologize. Sorry, guys. Teen artist Keydron Bryant inks a record deal following his viral video of him singing I Just Want to Live. And last but not least, LA rappers YG and Mustard announced that they teamed up with Postmates to deliver over $100,000 worth of meals to residents in Los Angeles and community organizations, and that all happened on Juneteenth. Whew. So that wraps up this week's edition of Weekly Roundup. Again, if there are any topics that you would like for me to discuss in the next one, which I hope to do within the next week and not outside of that, but things happen. But please send them to spillingallthetea@gmail.com. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace.